come to life is awesome.
Well, it looks like we're gonna change up our plans a little bit. So I guess you're not actually playing Cleat.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Unless you want to take the controller from
yeah,
John.
I booted up a local.
At least we got a local game going here.
Right.
So we're looking at the Forge map, Inquisitor, which is a
Jumper.
cool remake of Midship.
Good.
This is part of the Delta Arena playlist, and now we're looking at Cleat here.
Yep.
We're taking our first-person look at the MA5K Avenger, which is a brand new SMG weapon coming to the sandbox with next week's update. Seeing some of that rate of fire there, 60 clip capacity, so this thing can really put some bullets out.
Yeah, this is the starting weapon for the mode, right? So everyone will be able to go hands-on with it as soon as the update drops. Really unique. And actually, it's also going to be the secondary in most firefight experiences. So we actually had to do the AR. I changed the AR for when we were playing firefight earlier. You will be able to spawn with the Bandit Evo and the MA5K Avenger in firefight as well. So if you can get it in PvP or PvE when you want to give it a go.
How do you? So when you guys are working on this kind of weapon, new edition, how does this fit alongside something like the assault rifle in your mind? Like, I guess would that be the closest comparison if I were to try to compare this to something already in the sandbox?
Yeah, I would say it's closer to the assault rifle over anything that we have in our sandbox, but you know, what you'll notice, right, is just like, for example,
shreds.
that right there.
That just shredded. Yeah.
You know, the time to death for this weapon, especially at a close range, is much faster than that of the assault rifle that we have.
Now, is the assault rifle going to be still a little bit more effective as my targets are range is kind of extending? Like, this thing obviously really shines in a CQB kind of situation. Probably a little bit outside of shotgun range, but a little bit inside of assault rifle. Is that like the sweet spot, kind of?
Yeah. I would say that's how you described it.
Okay.
Is definitely the sweet spot, and you know, the assault rifle will definitely play a you know, from maybe like this range right here, right? You'll definitely be able to do decent amount of damage with the assault rifle, but as you can see, right, the bloom expands quite quickly, and you're not really able to output as much damage as the assault rifle. Still a little bit to, you know, suppress enemies if you choose to, but like you have to really close the gap, get in there, you know, in a CQB type of setting
For sure.
to really output damage.
It is fun. It feels natural, and I love you guys kind of going back, and would be hard to do a Halo 2 throwback experience without some sort of SMG equivalent, right? So makes a lot of sense. Very timely.
That lined up very nicely. Yep. Ooh, triple kill.
There we go.
It's almost like it's emulating the combined output of dual SMGs.
That's not too bad of a comparison, right? It is still very effective, and that OG Halo 2 SMG was rough on its own. You kind of needed to dual wield.
Yeah.
I was gonna shout out for the mode here as part of the Delta Arena playlist. You can notice in the hill, Cleat, if you want to take a look at the hill after we knock that player out. Nice. The hill is ticking up the 1 second per hill. Of course, it moves right as we try and show it off. But it's got the legacy scoring for King of the Hill as well. So we tried to do our best to make sure this is respecting how Halo 2 played back in the day. You can see 1 second is 1 point, right? As opposed to in Infinite, right? We've got that slightly different King of the Hill scoring. So everything should feel really nice, like you're back in Halo 2. And when you're on Inquisitor, you do get the plasma grenades off the bat, too.
I told you the weirdest part is I'm just so instinctively inclined to just keep jamming that thumbstick to sprint, and it's just really weird not having that kind of get out of jail free card, you know? And I'm not trying to stir up the sprint anti-sprint debate. I think both are valid, but it's weird. It's a little bit of a readjustment curve if you haven't played one of the old games in quite some time. We also got player collision in here now, right? That's another thing that I don't know. If it's hard to sort of demonstrate the no sprint.
Set up on another map here.
Is my base movement speed also adjusted here to kind of as part of this legacy mode? Looks like, which is a remake of Warlock. I did want to
stellar, by the way.
I did want to ask you about 4 other sandbox update changes that are coming. Now we can't actually show them in this, so it's going to be a little bit of a dissonance there. But I figured while you're mopping up here with the MA5K Avenger, I spoke too soon. You just got erased by bots.
The bots are just OP with the Needler. Look at that triple kill with that thing.
Really?
Yeah, they're just really good with the
Byron
needler.
is just crushing right now, huh? So, Cleet, I'm going to bring up one of the changes and then ask you to kind of, and I have some notes here, so I don't need to, I know you're also trying to stay alive. But first thing I've got here that we've got some adjustments coming to is the VK78 Commando. I don't know if you remember off the top of your head what those are, but I can cite what I have here in my notes that we have. Or John, frankly, you can too.
I
see
can
you
speak
in
to
here.
it.
Yep,
Yeah.
go for it.
So the Commando, similar to the assault rifle update that we did in the FleetCom update, we noticed that when you were fully bloomed, your bloom finally gets to that max state and it can't go any further. The bullets were trending to the very outer ridge of that reticle, so kind of going anywhere but the center. And we were seeing that was leading to a lot of confusion for players. So for the assault rifle, we made that change back in the day. We are also making that change for the Commando as well as the Sidekick in this upcoming update. And so you'll hit that fully bloomed state. Now it goes anywhere in the reticle. But since that does make it a little more consistent feeling, that might make it seem a little stronger when you're in that fully bloomed state. So we are pulling out the actual reticle a bit, the bloom, making it a bit bigger.
You'll basically reach that max bloom state
and
just slightly faster than what you previously would. I believe the shot cadence was around 11 or 12. Now it'll be about 7.
Actually, Commando right there.
There we go.
You got one magazine to show it off.
So
yeah,
it reached a little bit quicker than previously. So
yeah.
All right. Subtle, but in the hands of a power user, seems like it'll be noticeable.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, I've got some notes here that we've made a couple tweaks to the MK50 Sidekick. What can you tell us about that?
Very similar story, right? The bloom just kind of happens faster, right?
That's right.
Actually, there was another change to initial, right?
Yeah. I think, when we're trying to fix up some of these error angles and make things feel a little more consistent, we feel like there should be a little bit of compensation. So to compensate for that, that initial bloom, that initial shot will be just a slightly more inaccurate. You'll have a little bit more bloom on that. So, it's basically to, help that range effectiveness, right? I feel like a lot of players were able to shoot that Sidekick from pretty extended ranges, so it will still be possible, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
I love the Sidekick.
We're trying to keep it your reliable secondary, right?
Absolutely.
But it's making sure you're not sniping with it and ignoring like other rifles on the map because you're like, oh, my Sidekick is just better.
Okay, and then we also have made looks like one change to active camo behavior.
Oh yeah.
What do you want to say about that?
You want to speak to it?
Yeah, it's pretty much when you have the flag, right? Your whole silhouette, biped, and the flag itself would go camo. So now you'll still be camoed, but the flag will appear fully. So still allowing those sneaky flag routes, but it matches that of legacy behavior from my understanding on how the flag and camo function together.
Cool.
Yeah. So you can't just vanish off the face of the earth as soon as you pull the flag.
Fair. Yeah, makes sense. And last thing I've got is a minor adjustment to thrust behavior as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thrust. This was an interesting one, and I think we were looking at just some equipment that we could possibly go after, and the thrust.
There's been plenty of feedback around thrust.
Yeah, thrust is a very powerful equipment in the user's hand, specifically when you're engaged in just one-on-one combat. It always seems like you're able to thrust while you're firing, and able to continue damage outputting while your movement is changed. So now, when you do thrust, your reticle will hide and your weapon will be disabled just for a couple frames to, kind of better balance that power curve from the thrust user and give more of an opportunity for the player on the receiving end.
Similar to how Halo 5 functioned, right? You have the gun go down for a split second while you thrust, and then you're shooting pretty quickly after.
Just an either-or choice at that point. It's a trade-off to make there. Yeah, I like it.
And I was worried that it would be like too long, you know? It's like my gun is down throughout the entire thrust. It's actually just down for a little bit, right? We're starting with a pretty modest tuning just to see how it plays out, right? Similar to Halo 5. And I think we'll keep an eye on it.
Sweet. Well, I mean, Sandbox and gameplay folks have done a great job continuing to kind of tinker and find opportunities and address feedback. I have no doubt y'all will continue to do that, and we'll have more updates to come in the future. But that is the gist of what I've got here for next week's update. The MA5K Avenger, of course, the headliner. Minor adjustments to the Commando, Sidekick, Active Camo, and Thruster, and I believe we'll have a blog up on Halo Waypoint here any moment.
Yep.
If you want to read a little bit more about some of the changes, head over to Halo Waypoint.
Overkill right
and
behind
give
you.
that a call.
Bot got him. Stole the over.
And yep, I think with that, Cleet, we are going to wrap this up here.
Cool.
I know you've got some stuff to get back to. Appreciate you popping in to talk Sandbox with us. Don't be a stranger. We'll look forward to getting you on here next time.
Awesome.
And thanks, man.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
As is customary, let's take a fast look at your screen here, and why don't we take a closer look at what's going on. So Chief Mark 6 coming into the game in honor of our All Things Halo 2 anniversary celebration.
Looks good. It looks very good.
It does look good. Homeboy needs a paint job, not gonna lie, but thankfully I can slap another coating on here if I want to.
He's been battling it out on Delta Halo, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. You just spray paint this guy a little bit, just give him a little buff and shine. Can you show me the Great Journey Operation Pass real quick? Yeah. Another 20-tier free Operation Pass. Of course, if you choose to do the upsell offer here, it'll make your Operation Pass durable, non-expirable. You'll also get this cool
Halo
S7
2.
Halo 2 Sniper Geo update here.
It's so good.
It's very solid. Why don't you just give me the quick run through here? Show me what else we got. At the end of all this, you'll get a full look of armor. Of course, the exchange is going to get some new content as well added to it, so plenty of Spartan points to earn along the way.
We'll build up to what the Operation Pass reward is.
Yep, we
really
got
good.
It's getting there. It's coming together.
Armor.
Of course.
Shoulder. What does that shoulder look like? Bam. That's cool.
Very cool.
Get a really cool elite helmet. It's based off of the Artas Vadim character from Campaign, otherwise known as Half Jaw. You can see kind of got the half right there, and a cool little helmet attachment you can put on top of it. With the coating, it actually looks really, really good.
Yeah,
it looks spot
for sure.
on. You could see it in the artwork. It's fantastic.
And then do me a favor real quick. Let's jump over to the shop. Just show me. Let's look at this real quick. You know, very excited to have Helios Skrill come back. A little bit of a different twist on it, though.
Yeah. So Helios Skrill back from Halo 5. Everyone loved this one. It was the one I wore for quite a while in Halo 5. But the cool thing that the team did was the helmet attachment that they added on top of Helios Skrill gives you that full arbiter look. I thought this was super unique, very clever. We've been doing a lot of good things with the helmet attachments this year, and this is no different. This is so cool. Really smart adjustment there. You kind of get that ridged shoulder bit as well.
And then I think over there, as part of the Mark 6 Chief, we have you can also, if you decide to pick that up, you can get yourself the spanker.
Yep.
Oh, that's an interesting coating you've got.
I have there. I guess I should have taken off the coating, but I mean, you've got the Halo 2 model of the spanker here. I can try and adjust that coating here at some point.
Yeah, cool stuff.
There's also this. You can see there's the kind of Guilty Spark inspired chest piece that comes in. I believe maybe only the super bundle here. It's like Guilty Spark.
That is cool.
When you put on the coating, you will get a really cool silver and blue look on your Spartans there. Awesome. Really, really neat, unique, and yeah, lots of cool stuff that people can go after.
For sure.
I also like the Marine-inspired guy here as well.
All right, so we are coming up to the end of our first half.